All right. Hello, everybody. Oh my gosh, sorry. My dog is attacking wires behind me. There we go. Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Conception. You might have seen me yesterday. We were playing some Bug Snacks, which is a really good game. And then we had an incredible run by Terrarium of Celeste just now. And then we're going to follow it up with definitely a game of equal quality, or should I say a series of games of equal quality, which is the Burger King game series. This is what I affectionately refer to as the Have It Your Way showcase, where I play a small category of all three of the Burger King games. We're going to be starting with Sneak King here, following it immediately by Big Bumpin', where we're going to play all rides. That's the category. And then ending with Pocket Bike Racer, where we're going to do a race tournament of all 5 tracks that are in the game. Without further ado, though, I think it's time we can just get started, jump right into Sneak King here. Let me get a new game going. Time is going to start in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So yeah, the Have It Your Way showcase, as I said, we're essentially trying to achieve a speed run of all 3 of the games at once. Not at once. That would be pretty cool though if I could play all 3 games simultaneously. But essentially, within an hour, we're going to be trying to accomplish that. So it's a showcase. It's also kind of a challenge run. It's a unique blend of 2 different things. Of games that maybe not might not be the most popular, but they are there. Sneak King, as you can tell, is a game where we quote unquote sneak up on people and deliver them food that they are looking for, that they so obviously crave, based off of the hunger indicators that are on the top of their heads, like this. So it's a very goofy game. You might have seen I ran this game at the most recent AGDQ, and we had a good time with that as well. But for now, we're not going to be limiting ourselves to just Sneak King, which is pretty exciting. All right. Sorry, I'm also going to be keeping an eye on my dog, apparently. All right. So for these first few challenges, they don't require any kind of specialties in terms of delivering the food to people. We just need to essentially feed them. We don't have to worry about doing any special flourishes or any special combos or anything like that. We're just in for the ride. This third challenge, however, is where things are going to start getting switching it up a little bit. So we're going to introduce a flourish here, which is a special delivery way. You can see that there's a meter that goes up and down. Each notch on the meter is a level of flourish. So there will be some challenges that call for us to do flourishes, essentially. Hold on one second here. Let's get back this way just to make sure. We have to do level 1 flourishes for this one as well. This time we have to feed 3 people. No, not just 1. We're going back to the river. We're going to actually scooch around so we don't get spotted by that guy. Level 1 flourish, and then that person's going to be hungry right behind me, and then we can level 1 flourish him too. So the wombo combo. There we go. Beautiful. All right. So the category we're running for Sneak King, by the way, is called 50%. The reason why it is called 50% is because we have 4 total levels that are in this game. We're gonna actually hover this person until they get hungry. 4 total levels. We're only gonna play 2 of them. To beat a level, we need to sorry, oh my gosh, sorry. To beat a level, we essentially have to do 10 challenges out of the 20 that are possible in the level. So we will be doing 10 challenges in the first level, 10 challenges in the second level, and then calling it there. The main reason why we don't do any more than that is the 3rd and 4th levels are full, like chock full of RNG. So estimating that in a marathon setting is just really, really difficult. There we go. I was wondering when that person was going to get hungry. So we stick with 50% as the marathon safe category of that. But that is 5 challenges. Go for it.
Princess Ashfire typing in chat. I don't know if Conception can see the chat, but sorry, I was not able to keep Leia downstairs. She ran up the stairs to your office like 5 times. Yeah,
she is absolutely attacking my door. That's our new puppy, by the way. Her name is Leia. she is definitely very attached to me, and thus she would not stand for it having me in the office, my office by myself. So yeah, we're just going to be dealing with some puppy terrors during this run as well. So,
She wants some Burger King.
she wants Burger King. She wants that delicious meal. And then we're gonna go back to the people sawing wood here to finish this challenge. But yeah, she's very cute. Another, if you know me, we have one pug named Jabba, and we recently we adopted a second dog named Leia, who's also a pug. So 2 Star Wars related pugs. Come on, there we go. All right. So next, all right. So that was, if my math is correct, we've done 6 challenges. Correct. All right, good. So we're going to do 7th challenge, which is going to introduce a mechanic we haven't seen, but we're only going to use once, which is going to be for this challenge, which is to hide in things and then surprise people from those things. So this could be useful in later levels too, but in the 2 levels that we do, we don't have to worry about hiding in places a lot. We just are here. You pop out as somebody hungry comes near you, and then you just hit them with the old food. Gets them every time. But yeah, that's the first and only time we're going to be doing that. This level, by the way, is called Sawmill. It's somewhat unique in that it's kind of split in half by like a big ditch or like dried up river or something in the middle. So there's actually challenges on each side. We're only going to do 1 challenge on the other side, and the only reason why we're spending the time walking all the way over here to do it is that you only have to feed 1 person, so it's a pretty quick challenge. It's also going to be the first instance of a level 3 flourish, so we're really going in right now. Make sure you check out here just how wild the king can get. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it. Oh yeah. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. All right. We have 2 more challenges in the Sawmill area, and then we're going to be heading on over to Cul-de-sac. This is definitely the most annoying of the challenges that we're going to do here. We need to feed 5 people. We only need to do regular surprises, so that part is nice. But we cannot be spotted in between. If we are, the whole challenge resets. So you can see that there are these like visual cones on people when they're like moving and turning around and stuff like that. We have to stay outside of people's visual cones. Luckily, when we feed somebody as well, there's like a kind of, for lack of a better term, iframes, I guess, where you can't be spotted as soon as you have fed somebody. So that's what we're dealing with at the moment. All right, that's a strong 4. I'm actually gonna like, no. All right, that didn't count. That didn't count. We didn't get fully spotted. We were at like the very edge of that worker's cone, so it did not count, luckily. Because the challenge would just be over right now if it counted. It would just have ended it for us. Okay, or not maybe. So we're just gonna go to town, try and feed 5 more people. See if we can get it done. All right, there's somebody right here. Yeah, so I was wrong. It did indeed count. I was like, oh, I thought the challenge would just end on its own, but no, we're struggling here. Okay, we're gonna head over to here. I still have my chain. That's how I know I didn't get spotted, which is good. But let's see, where are 2 more people? There we go. There's 1. Just need 1 more person. There is somebody like in the water tower up there, but that I'm not going to reach that in time. There's just no way.
I love the just complete lack of peripheral vision that any of these people have.
Yep. They have no peripheral vision whatsoever. There we go. We finally got it. So that was unfortunately not how that was supposed to go, but that's okay. We bounced back, largely fine, and we have 1 more challenge left in the Sawmill here. This one is actually a points-based challenge. So the idea for this is that we want to feed 2 people and get maximize the amount of points that we need. We need to, I forget what the exact point account is, but you can see here that this person is hungry, but we're going to wait. We're going to wait until he's in full red hunger. I'm going to get literally as close as I possibly can to him, just like this. And then I'm going to level 2 flourish, and that will give me enough points that I need. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other person who is also sawing wood, but because we'll be in a chain, the amount of points doubled. So that should give us enough points to complete this challenge. Just need to wait till red and get at least level 2 flourish. There we go. Beautiful. I think the amount is 10,000. Like, get 10,000 points as fast as you can, essentially. All right. And that's it for Sawmill. We're heading out to the cul-de-sac. Cul-de-sac sounds exactly as you would think it does. It is a cul-de-sac. And there are some tough challenges here as well, including one challenge that absolutely dumpstered me in my AGDQ run with something I never have encountered in this game, and I still haven't. But I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But yeah, Sneak King is a game for the ages. That is to be sure. I think all I got to do is feed 3 people here. It doesn't matter if I get spotted or not. If I got spotted, then whatever. And there's a person hungry right behind me. There we go. Okay, yes, good. All right, so challenge 2 here is very similar to the last challenge of the last area, in which we're going to feed people, with very specific hunger levels, by being very close to them, and maximizing the amount of points that we get. Okay, level 3 flourish there. And then there's actually somebody hungry coming up around the corner here, which is good because they're already yellow. No. Dang. Okay, we're gonna have to feed. Oh wow, we got owned. We got absolutely owned there. The people of the cul-de-sac are not being kind. But that's okay. We can bounce back. We're just gonna have to feed probably an extra person here, and it probably an extra flourish than we normally would like. We can bounce back. We can recover. There's no one more resilient than the Burger King. Yeah, hit me with it.
As just a quick announcement for some people who may be joining us, you are in fact watching Speedrunner Support Showcase. We're a group of speedrunners holding this weekend-long gaming marathon to benefit financially struggling speed friends. You can type !donate to contribute to the fund and !schedule to see the full event schedule. And even if you can't financially contribute, just sharing the word, spreading the word. That's what that phrase is.
Yeah, there you
sharing
go.
the stream, everything helps.
Yes, I have a lot of good friends who we are raising funds for here. So yeah, get your donations in if you're able, of course. Much appreciated. We're actually going to restart this challenge until we get a desirable cycle, which we got now, which is good. We need to feed 5 people here, all regular surprises, so we don't have to worry about it too much. But there's essentially a really good pattern here if we can load it in. As soon as I saw that person coming out of the house was hungry, I knew I had the right pattern. So that person comes out of the house hungry. This person comes around the corner hungry. We sneak right by her, and then you can see there are 2 people in the backyard adjacent to me talking. They're both going to get hungry. First this one, and then the person they're talking to. So that's a 2-for-1 special. Buy one, get one free coupon, if you will. And then we're going to run around the side of the building while we have the iframes that can't get caught by people to somebody around the corner here is going to come out of this house hungry. Boom. That's the cycle you want. It's really, really clean. And we like that cycle so much that we're going to do the same exact thing on the next challenge, ideally. The main difference being that we're going to need to be doing level 1 flourishes as opposed to just the regular surprises here. I believe also, if memory serves, that this is all chicken fries. Let me see. Yep, chicken fries. Any chicken fries enjoyers?
I will say, when I go to Burger King, that's like the one thing I get.
Yeah, chicken fries. Chicken fries is good. I thought like they were universally loved, but I think I said the same thing during my GDQ run, and some people were like, eh. So I guess people don't love chicken fries as much as I do, but I do quite like them. All right, so same pattern here. We're gonna get the 2-for-1 special. These 2 people, it's funny. So like, what happens if you don't, somebody has a hunger indicator, but you don't feed them fast enough, right? They just like pass out on the ground, and they have like birds swirling over their heads and stuff. Like they passed out of hunger. But it's so funny because those two people talking, like if one of them passes out for hunger, the other one just keeps talking still. like they're just talking to somebody who's passed out on the ground. It makes no sense, but I do love it. Okay, we need to wait till yellow, and then level 3 flourish. That should be enough points. I think we just needed to get 2,001 feed for this challenge. Yeah, beautiful.
So let me know when you have a minute for a bit of a longer donation.
Yeah, hit me with it.
All right. So well, speaking of our favorite Burger King orders, I see $50 here from Princess Ashfire, who says $5 donation train of your fave BK orders. Mine is an original chicken sandwich. Also, hi Conception. Sorry Leia is being a menace. She would not be away from you for 1 second, so same. I love you, and thanks for running in this amazing marathon for some of my close and wonderful friends. You all deserve all the donations, and hope you continue to raise so many funds this weekend. Thank you so much for that donation.
Yes, thank you. That is my wife. In case that is not catching on with the chat. Yeah, Princess Ashfire is my wife, who did her very first hosting shift of anything ever yesterday, for this very marathon, and I thought she did great. I think she did way better than I did on my first ever hosting shift for anything. So I was very proud of her. So
hosting can be hard sometimes too. That's fantastic. Good job.
Yep. She did great. By the way, yes, thank you so much for that donation, of course, and continue to help raise funds for my friends, essentially, as I'm calling it. But this is the challenge that stumped me at AGDQ. So in this challenge, you have to feed 8 people. It doesn't matter like if you get caught in between stuff like the score, it doesn't matter. You just have to feed 8 people. It has to be level 1 flourish. During my run at AGDQ, on the 8th person I fed, I successfully fed them, but I kept mashing A to progress through like the post challenge menu stuff. And there was another person right after, like right next to the 8th person I fed, who was also hungry. And because I was mashing A, it went to feed that 9th person, and then I only regular surprised. And then because of that, even though the challenge was already over and I fulfilled the conditions of that challenge, it made me fail the challenge, which is a real bummer because that is the longest challenge by far that we do. But yeah, because that one individual challenge needs 8 people filled with a level 1 flourish. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. 7th challenge here, we're going to be doing the same deal that we kind of had. By the way, this person does have a first person mode, which is like this. Terrifying. You can even hear the breathing. It's kind of scary. Proving further that we are indeed we are a person in a Burger King costume, not the actual Burger King, in case that needed to be clarified for anybody. All right, and then we just need to wait till red hunger again. Oh, level 3 flourish, whatever. Just a little bit longer. But that should be enough points. Very good. We only have 3 more challenges, and then we are done with Sneak King, which is good. And then we're going to be moving on to Big Bumpin'. Definitely the least popular of the 3 Burger King games, but we'll get more into that when we get there. Here we are at the 8th challenge here, which we only are allowed to do regular surprises. So we're actually just not allowed to flourish straight up. But we still need to get like a certain amount of points. So we have to be very strategic with how close we get to people, as well as how hungry they are. So we're going to wait for orange there so we can get the hunger ×3 modifier, as well as range ×3, which is basically being right on top of somebody. And we're just going to kind of maximize that way. She likes to swing out, so I'm going to keep my distance. A little bit here. There we go. And then I think I'm going to level, I'm going to wait till like blinking red hunger here for this last person. Just to make sure we maximize the amount of points we get. That should be enough. That should be enough to do it. There we go. Beautiful. All right, so 9th challenge is back here. This one can be a little bit of a nuisance as well. It's another challenge where you have to feed 5 people and you cannot get spotted in between. So that part is obviously frustrating to deal with, but also the cycles you get can be kind of frustrating. This one, see if it's the cycle I think it is. This seems to be one of the more ideal cycles, though. So we might have gotten a good luck. Yeah, it seems like we're on a good cycle. And then we'll just have one more challenge after that.
And just a quick reminder that we are working toward that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk Beat the Final Boss incentive. We need $200 donated toward that incentive to see that happen. It'll be kind of ridiculous as well, because Limey's using a mod called Movement Plus that makes the movement way faster and harder. So you definitely want to see that, I promise you.
Yeah, that game just has such sick movement. I really want to see what Limey can do with it, because I know Limey's been putting a lot of work into making that a cool run. So
absolutely,
very, very
can
excited.
vouch.
All right, that was pretty successful. 10th challenge here, 10th and final challenge of the Sneak King era is coming up. Now, this is the only challenge that actually has an exploit, and that it's just because it's coded poorly. Here's what this challenge wants us to do is it wants us to feed people in ascending flourishes. So that way, the first person I feed has a level 1 flourish, second has a level 2, third has level 3. We need to feed 3 people. However, the game doesn't accurately check. It just checks that there is a 1 level difference between the flourish. So we're gonna level 1 flourish. We're gonna, oop, I messed up. Gotta restart the challenge. We're gonna level 1 flourish on this person, as we did. We're gonna go back to that person who's painting the fence, as long as I still have the same path here. I might not. Yeah, that's fine. We'll have to look for different people, but that's okay. Then we're gonna level 2 flourish this next person right here. And now, as I said, it only checks for a 1-to-1 difference. It doesn't check specifically that you're doing 1, 2, and 3. So instead of doing 3, which has a very long animation sequence, I'm going to go back and do 1, and that satisfies the conditions of this challenge. It's a much faster animation, saves probably like 2 or 3 seconds. And with that, we're just going to load up the mission screen here. That is Sneak King done. And by the way, we are playing on an actual Xbox, so you're going to see very briefly here. We're going to get the Xbox screen as I just switch discs and then load in the next screen. So remember this? Any OG Xbox fans in the chat have a nostalgia for that little screen?
I'm a little bit of an OG Xbox fan.
Yeah.
Super Monkey Ball Deluxe, Jet Set Radio Future, some pretty good games on that thing.
Yep. It's got some killer games. These not included, unfortunately, but it does have some actual good games. But all right, so we're gonna be hopping into Big Bumpin' here, and essentially, so we're gonna be doing single player, and we're just going to do each of the rides. Basically, it's kind of Big Bumpin' is a party game where we are in everyone is in bumper cars, and it's basically a party game in which that. There's a variety of different kinds of challenges. For example, this one is essentially a hot potato challenge. What makes Big Bumpin' kind of fun and silly to run, besides the fact that it's a Burger King game, of course, is that for Big Bumpin', the fastest way to do anything, almost anything, is to lose. So actively being bad at the game means that you're being fast at the game. So for example, I'm going to keep holding the hot potato, destroying myself in the process. And when I die, I can end the challenge, and that moves on faster than just waiting and seeing how it goes. Oops, there we go. So that's how we're going to do that. We're going to be actively trying to lose most of these challenges. This one is a last man standing. It's essentially like a battle arena where you're trying to knock people off. But guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to die, and that's it. End of challenge. There we go. Now we're into the deep. This one is Shock Ball. Shock Ball is essentially what I already said was the hot potato. So we're gonna be again grabbing the potato and then just trying to stay away from people. The computers, for the most part, the NPCs rather, know they're supposed to stay away from the person with the hot potato, so they will largely try to avoid me, but occasionally they will be dumb and just run into me anyway. But I try to just stay out of their way. They try to stay out of mine, and I just hold the potato as long as possible. Each mini game is repeated twice. So we're gonna do each game twice, but on different maps essentially. So that we won't have hot potato again anymore, or shock ball as it's called. Okay, so we got one more in the deep. This is what this area is called. Power surge. This one is not fun from a speedrunning perspective, because essentially what it is there's going to be there's 4 like of these terminal points here, and then what we're trying to do is you have to go to where the points are, collect it, and then you'll have a full meter. As you can see, like for example, that person's meter popped up. Then what we attempt to do is return as many points to the center column as possible until you have earned 300 points. Ooh, I got all 100 there, which is actually really good. There is not a great way to like figure out how to effectively do this, unfortunately. I have found, at least, like, so what I've kind of started doing is just like trying my best to win. That's one of the only challenges where I've just decided that probably winning is the faster thing to do. So you get a little try hard Burger King action here. Unfortunately, once somebody collects the points, either there's not anything you can do to like say steal the points from them. You can mash them into like the walls or like run into them so that they lose the points. So it's what I do attempt to do when that happens. And then sometimes when it's like kind of like a lost cause, I'll just like try to set up where I think the next one is going to be, but it is random. So I missed it. Darn. It is random, so I can't accurately predict where the next, access point is going to be, but I could, hope for the best. In which case I'm not getting the best at the moment. I'm getting absolutely trolled. But let's see. Maybe I'll start lucky over here. It'll be on this side. Herman. Oh, nope. Unlucky again. But yeah, this one can be short or long. It's fully dependent on like how the computers want to behave or how, lucky we get. Okay, if I don't get dumpstered, I'm getting dumpstered. I was like, I could win this. I just need half my points, but no. The game said nah.
This is such an interesting, weird minigame.
Yeah, this is very... I'm going to be honest. I think Big Bumpin' is definitely the worst of these 3 games, and it's not quite close. But all right, there we go. We did finish, luckily. It definitely seems like it was the least polished. But it is, it's still fun for what it is. This one's last standing again, so I'm gonna actually just bump the switch behind me and then try to fall into this as fast as I possibly can, and I'm dead. Beautiful. I'm dead, parentheses, affectionate. Oops. Oh, I accidentally restarted the same game. Whoops.
Oh, no.
That's all right. Quick game. I could just go back to the menu here. There we go. Now, Bumpin' Hockey. This one is the worst in terms of time sync because it has a set timer. So I can't really do anything to, make it go faster. It's a 3-minute challenge. What we do attempt to do is try to mitigate the amount of goals scored. It's hockey, it is what it is. The reason why we want to mitigate the amount of goals scored is because every time you score a goal, it stops the timer. So we're trying to just keep the puck in play as much as possible and end on like a 1-0 score. That's the best scenario you can get because you don't want to end on 0-0 because it goes into a tiebreaker. So you'll just be adding more and more time as you see fit. But I essentially try. It's not a great strategy, but what I essentially attempt to do is just play goalie for both sides. And that has mixed success. Again, these are computers. So whether or not it's going to be successful is, not ultimately up to me. It's a lot of randomness. That's a great power-up. So you've noticed that for some of these, there's a lot of power-ups here that alter various things. It might increase my speed. It might it's in. Dang. Might increase my speed, or like for example, the hockey one has one that like tethers the puck to you, so you can kind of just like take it to the house. But the best one in terms of like wasting time is the 1-ton power-up, which essentially turns the puck into a 1-ton like weight thing. And then the puck is really hard to move, which means that if it's not in a position to score, it really bleeds time. So that's ideal. Whenever we see those, we like to pick those up. The magnet is also good for if you're the one who picks it up, because then you could just hold on to the puck and then just fly around and dodge people and, you know, not worry about it too much. But yeah, so that's hockey. That's all that there is with hockey. Own goal, sweet, thanks. Again, just trying to. Oh wow, they're gonna just take it right to the house. Nobody hit the puck at all. Nobody hit it at all. No. Get. Okay. No.
This is so much more entertaining than it has any right to be.
Yeah, I have a particular knack for speedruns that you can accomplish the fastest way by being actively bad at it. For example, a mutual friend of yours and mine, Helix SSK, runs NCAA football 2005.
That's exactly what I was thinking of already.
yeah. I had that on my hotfix show, Awfully Silly. And essentially the strategy at all times is to take the ball, run around, and bleed the clock as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And that is so funny to me. Like being actively bad at a game to be actively good at a game is just very funny. And Big Bumpin' is definitely one of those. Definitely one of those.
In the meantime, as this finishes up, I do have a $10 donation here from John the Hammer, who simply says, "For the chicken fries."
For the chicken fries, yes.
And we are working toward that Bomber Cyberpunk Final Boss incentive. We are at 10 of $200, but that needs to be met by the end of the next run.
All right. That means we know what we got to do. We know what we got to do, chat. We got to get those donos in. All right. Finally, hockey is over. We will have to play hockey one more time, sadly, but... Oh, I did this. Did I do the same thing? Oh my gosh, what am I doing? I keep restarting the games instead of moving on to the next one. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Now, next map is called King's Court, and the next game is called Own the Puck. So this is similar-ish to hockey, and it's also similar-ish to the hot potato one, shock ball. The puck, basically, whenever you hit it, it turns the color that you're playing, and that means it charges up. You know, just you want basically, as long as the puck remains your color, you will continue to gain points. Once you gain 300 points, then you will win the challenge. Now, this one, because it's so chaotic and the puck moves so fast, I tend to just actively try to lose this one because it usually is faster. And then what I will also try to do sometimes, if there's not like a clear runaway winner with it, right as of right now, Brett, the mint green one in the top right corner, seems to be kind of taking it away. Actually, Winston's powering up there too. I will try to box somebody out. So, like, for example, I'm going to try and box out blue here because it seems like this is a fight between green and lighter green. So I'm going to try to keep blue out of the game as much as possible and then let the other two kind of fight over it. And that, again, has some level of success. I don't know if I would call it a lot, but that was pretty fast. So we'll take that. 1 minute and 6 seconds is not too bad for that. There we go. That's what we want. That's what we want. We fixed it. Okay. And we are back to bumpin' hockey. Another 3-minute match, unfortunately, but we will try to keep it out. Well, that was really fast. 4 seconds. I own gold myself. Beautiful. But yeah, since this is just another game of hockey, and you know, we already kind of went over what hockey tends to entail in this game. I'll shout out 2 things. One, the Burger King games here are very unique from a historical sense, believe it or not, because they're the only games, I believe at least, in existence that are what we call dual format discs. What I mean by that is that these discs can run on the original Xbox and Xbox 360, which is not remarkable on its own because, you know, backwards compatibility is a thing. But what makes it remarkable is that these discs, they hold 2 different versions of the game on them. So depending on what system you put the disc in, it will run a different version of the game. We are running on the original Xbox version, which might sound weird because you would think maybe running on 360, since that is a more advanced system, would have more powerful loads. that is actually not the case for some reason in this game. My best guess is that for these games, running the OG Xbox versions are fastest because the assets required on the OG Xbox are much less than the 360 versions. Like the art, you know, the graphics, they're much improved on the 360. It looks a lot smoother. You know, it's more of like a, you know, 720 or 1080 deal as opposed to, I don't know, whatever quality this is. And because of that, because of those increases in assets, I think it increases the load times on the 360 version. So we actually play on the OG Xbox. It's faster. So I think that's pretty unique when it comes to speedrunning. Usually the better the system, the better the loads, but not in this case.
That's really funny that it's like this is the specific game that has the distinction.
Yeah, the 3 Burger King games, yeah, they're historical. You got to put them in the Library of Congress because they do something else that no other game does, which is ridiculous. I also watched a documentary about like the making of these games. All 3 games were made in like less than a year span, which is wild in terms of game development because sometimes they work on for years on single titles, much less than 1 year for 3 different titles is kind of bonkers. But it does show in the quality of the games somewhat. You could definitely tell. But right now, this is not going super ideally, the hockey game, because there's goals left and right. 7 goals is not very good. We're trying to avoid the goals, but oh yeah, there we go. That's good. But yeah, I just also wanted to take a second to just shout out everybody who made this event possible. Obviously, I'm very close friends with, you know, Helix and Limey. I've worked with Nicole and Hypnotics on various things as related to Hotfix. I've worked with Amber not only on Hotfix but also with fast-paced events, and they're all just like really fantastic people. They're all really good at what they do. They're all great people, great advocates for various amounts of things, and I'm very happy that the people behind the scenes at SS4C and adjacent were able to take the time to make this happen for them, because these are all people that work to help others all the time, and it's good to be able to help those people out as well. So thank you for organizing this.
Well, that means a lot. Thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
I have to shout out Limey because like Limey is like at least 80% of the organization for this event. So shout out Limey.
Yeah, Limey's putting in the work. As Limey tends to do. Limey is one of the hardest working people I know.
Like all of our volunteers as well.
Yes, of course. So
many volunteers, and I think I'll try to make a point to shout them all out at the end of the marathon. But like, it wouldn't be possible without them either. Absolutely.
Okay, we are in the last map, the last whatever board, whatever you want to call it, of Big Bumpin'. So we're almost done. And the RNG. So this game is entirely RNG, as you might have been able to tell at this point. And RNG hasn't been too bad. I lost some time in Sneak King, and I was able to gain some of it back. So that means that it wasn't as mean as it possibly could have been. So we do take those, but we do still have two more games counting this one. Own the Puck can be at various lengths. Right now, Brooke Burke is taking it away. Brooke Burke is some kind of celebrity, and I don't really know who she is. I don't know if she's like a movie person or musician or athlete. She might be like, you know, like an X Games athlete or something like that. I'm not familiar, but she is the celebrity endorsement in both this and PocketBike Racer, which I just find fascinating. I don't know what the deal with that is, but there you go.
Brooke Burke is an American television personality, fitness personality, author, actress, and businesswoman. She is known for hosting a bunch of different shows. Okay. Interesting.
All right. Okay. Today I learned.
I have no idea what the connection to Burger King is. It must have just been like a licensing thing. It's really funny.
Especially if you're like a fitness, like health person. I really can't imagine what the what the transference is here, but okay, you know.
Apparently she won the 7th season of Dancing with the Stars.
Okay, there you go. All right, so that one could have been worse, but we got one more game left, which is Power Surge, the return of get the points, return them to the base. This one is a little bit more forgiving because there's only one area in which you can get the power-ups from. That being said, everyone knows where to go, though, so the computers tend to dumpster you more here because of that. But I'm going to try my best to just sneak around here, turn in some points. I got a little over half. That's all right. I'm probably not going to get this one, so I'm not going to bother taking it back. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to wait here. That's the strat. I'm going to wait here, wait for the next one, and then just make a break for it. All right, let's see. Oh, juked. I'm not so juked this time, but all right. Cool. Yeah, we were talking about when we were talking about Brookburg, we were talking about characters kind of that you could play in this game, and this game does have interesting characters. This and PocketBike Racer both. So you could play as the King, obviously. You could play as Whopper Jr. If you're unfamiliar, you know, like from the commercials where it's like a person in a burger costume essentially, and has like a whole family and blah blah blah. Plays Whopper Jr. You can play as a character called Subservient Chicken, which I believe was the mascot for chicken fries. And then you could play as like various people in like Burger King worker garb. And then Brooke Burke, and then a guy that's just called Biker, which is actually on the screen right now. He just wears a motorcycle helmet. So I don't really know like what his whole deal is, but you know, he's there as well.
Safety equipment is important. So yeah. I understand.
Yeah, and you got to be, you know, there's something alluring and mysterious about just having a biker helmet and that being your whole personality. So
exactly.
Oh, leave me alone, please. Leave me alone. Let me just score my points. Oh wow, they're trucking me. They're trucking me. They even, as you could tell, the computers kind of pick up the strat as well. They're like, okay, this person got away. We're gonna hover and just wait for the next drop. It's kind of funny. Smarter AI than other games that I've seen. This is not going to be enough points to win. But I am very close. Even with the speed power up, I almost got there in time, which is kind of wild. Just going to let whoever that is take Winston, Brett, I don't know who it is, take it to the house. As long as I can get by with 25 points, then I will win this. Here we go. All right. And just gotta, there we go. That's the end of Big Bumpin'. And we're on to the third and final Burger King game. Probably the best one in terms of quality. This is PocketBike Racer. PocketBike Racer is what you might be able to imagine it is, which is a pocket bike racer game. PocketBike, if you're unfamiliar, very popular in like the late 90s, early 2000s among kids at least. It's these tiny little motorcycles, essentially, just these tiny little motorcycles. And you essentially, it's a Mario Kart clone outside of that. You race, you use items, things like that. We're gonna do single player. We're going to do tournament. We're gonna do 150cc standard race. We'll swap to, let's do Whopper Jr. Whopper Jr. is very fun. And then we're going to use White Lightning. And that is the best one to use. Fastest bike has terrible handling though, but fastest bike. All right. And then here we go. Coming up on our, we have 5 tracks here. And the first track has the most cheese. It's definitely a cheeseburger, if you will.
I get it. Wow.
Yeah, it's right there, you know? Okay, so you see these colorful marks on the ground. These are multi-purpose. So there's a meter. Oh my gosh, they're trucking me. There's a meter that's on the right side of my screen, and you can see it kind of like checker flags, right? Is that enough? Yeah, let's see. It's enough. Wow. That was even faster. Yeah. So what you can use that for is either to build up items. As you can see, they're all like, the meter like attributes itself to items on the screen as well, or you can utilize them as boosts. So that we will be using them exclusively for boosting, because we care about speed more than, like, you know, shooting people with rockets or using a shield or whatever. Now the second thing thank you. Second thing that's most noteworthy is that, again, yeah, this map is cheesable. You just go around halfway, come back to that little tire, run into it, swing around, and then as you can see, my lap counter is going up. So as long as you like cross that point and come back, it is the fastest way by far to finish this map.
This one is fascinating because, like, this game is actually kind of interesting as a speed game due to all these shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, so this is probably if we're all right. Let's for a second use Mario Kart terminology. You know, they have like the ultra shortcuts and stuff like that. This would be the equivalent of like an ultra shortcut in Mario Kart, but this is the only like ultra shortcut I would say is in the game. The other one, there's plenty of like intended shortcuts. In which case we're actually going to see some in the next map here, which is Backyard Track. So Backyard Track, this is we play this largely as it comes, but we definitely want to utilize some specific boosts and cut some specific corners. So I'll cross that bridge when we get there. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying the Whopper Jr. view here. Big burger boy. All right, so right here we're just going to run this as normal, kind of. Here we're going to boost here to get extra air, and then we're going to cut the corner here and cut the corner here as well, and then we kind of take this back path through the fence, drift around, collect a few boosts, and then there's a ramp here. We're actually purposely not going to take the first part of the ramp so we can walk over the white boosts there. The white boost, as you can see, major boosting, fills up your meter a ton. Which is basically what we're shooting. Oh, kind of flew on that one. Am I stuck? Yeah. So we want to use the white boost because that like can take us through a good chunk of the rest of the lap essentially. So that's ideal for us. Drift around the corner. Because I said the handling is so terrible, I kind of use a combination of like drifting and then e-brake as opposed to just drifting, because this bike handles so terribly that usually when I drift you just go right into the wall, even if you like did it a million years in advance and try to avoid doing stuff like that. But it is still worth it because the top speed is just like wildly fast, so you still got to use it. All right, and oh yeah. And also, you got to be careful when you're doing your wheelies as well, because sometimes you'll get stuck in an animation where you're either on your front or back wheel. And ooh, somebody hit me with an item. And it will take forever to get out of that animation, and it massively also slows you down. So you just kind of work to avoid that. And oop, here we go. There we go. Red boosts are also pretty good as well. These are all these people in front of me are probably like one lap behind me, to be honest. That's how effective this pathing is, or tends to be. And there we are. Gonna be crossing the finish line here shortly. There we go. Pretty good. Not too shabby of a backyard track. We take those.
Okay, so there's some weird audio glitches during this loading screen. Can I have you refresh your capture card if possible?
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, this happened. Like we're getting the bubblies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Resetting my capture card. Hold, please.
Thank you.
Hopefully that'll do the trick. Let me know if that fixes it. I can reset it on the next one too.
Yeah, but I actually can't hear it myself, so.
Yeah, sorry about that. That for some reason, I don't know if it's my Xbox specifically, if it's these games specifically, that does tend to happen, and I don't know why. I thought it was like the audio cables I was using, but I recently got new ones, and it seems to be working just fine. So I don't know. And I'm hearing it come out of my monitor too as not a gargly mess, but yeah, weird. It's been happening. Okay, this one has a somewhat unintended shortcut, which is what we're going to do here. Basically, we use that ramp, which is intended to be used as a shortcut, of course, but not in the way I just used it, where I kind of take it off the side, and then I, instead of like going around this long, like circular or ovular path, I use it to jump that path entirely and skip it and head it around. It's pretty effective. Pretty effective.
Apparently, it still sounds strange.
Okay, lovely.
It is what it is.
Lovely. I'll try to get a full reset on the next loading screen. Luckily enough, because it is an OG Xbox game, the loading screens are pretty long, so they are somewhat forgiving.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I noticed that too. I was like, this might be totally doable during the loading screen, actually.
Yeah, they are. They are not short. But again, even longer on the 360, which is just bizarre, but it is true. Okay, so we got the cones. Yeah, so another thing about this game too is that the walls, even though they don't like appear so, they're very sticky. If you run into a wall, you tend to get kind of like magnetized to it almost. And so you really want to try to avoid walls as possible because they're really going to sap your speed. But we've been doing this one is the hardest to do it on because it has like right angle turns all over the place. And as I said, our drifting on this bike is particularly horrendous. But we're doing a pretty good job of avoiding it largely, so that's good. This has been a pretty good King's Garden so far. Darn, so we missed the white boost. Again, the white boost is like one of the most powerful ones in terms of what it gets you. So we were just trying to get that per lap if we could, so we had enough boost to go around. Okay, that's fine. Thought I was going to miss that one and go out of bounds for a second, but we are good. All right. Around the corner, and we're finishing up this lap easily in first place. This lap can go so poorly sometimes with how it goes on the turns or items because it's such a short map that you can kind of get hit from across the way. It can kind of be a little funky. I'm just gonna reset the capture card here as well. Unplug maybe the audio cables and replug them and see if that will fix the issue. Apologies for that.
Shout out to Conception for literally working on fixing the audio in the middle of the run.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
Trying to, at least. Hopefully that fixes it. Okay. Oh, geez, the race started. Can I restart the race? No. Cool. We're just gonna.
Oh, no.
We're just going to. We're going to do it live. I might still be able to win it. We'll see.
Well, hey, things are interesting now.
Yeah, it's okay. There is not a requirement for me. Oh, geez, there's not a requirement for me to win these races. It's just to finish them. So, you know, it's not part of the category that I have to like be good at the game necessarily. just have to get through it. Though if somebody is all the way back here, that tells me they might be close to a lap ahead, but probably maybe this person is just really bad. We'll see. This computer player. This is Construction Zone, by the way, which is such a large map that it only has 2 laps instead of 3. So that's pretty neat. And it also has a couple of developer-intended shortcuts that are massive. So that's why I said I might be able to just snake through this one and be okay. Also, apologies if the sound is still not fixed. Otherwise, I don't know what I would be able to do now other than just like full restarting, but then I'd have to restart the whole tournament. So that would waste a lot of time. Yeah, as we can see, I'm already in second, now first, so I was able to claw back pretty easily. That's how significant that shortcut is.
Yeah, I'm hearing the audio is still weird, but it happens.
All right, sorry, friends.
Your Xbox audio is simply having it its own way right now.
Yeah, it doesn't listen, you know, it does not conform to your standard audio, you know, standards, for lack of a better term. It marches to the beat of its own drum, you know. All right. Backing around the corner here. Cool. So, and then we're gonna boost. Here, I missed it the first time, so I'm gonna try it this time. Bunch of boosts here. Gonna boost off the edge of this ramp, hold up to get that white there, and then hold forward slightly so that we don't end in a wheelie. And that was pretty successful. That's kind of how you want it to go. Because of that, though, it gives you a lot of top speed, which means that you usually end up crashing to the wall after, but still overall faster. All right, and then here, this major shortcut is just this: simply drop down. That's a major shortcut. It saves like this whole second floor option thing, pretty fast, So, all right.
Make sure you all continue to get those donations in. By the way, we're still working toward that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk Beat the Final Boss incentive. And there are some Pokemon naming good words open as well. ! Donate. Follow the link.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, so there's under construction for you, and we only have one more map left. Believe it or not. Fantasy Ranch. So time will be coming up very soon. Fantasy Ranch is definitely the hardest track for me. It has a lot of like particularly sticky walls, a lot of curves. There's no significant shortcuts other than one kind of small one. So this map can be a little bit tough, but we're gonna have it our own way for sure. Also, fun fact to make it further distinct from Mario Kart games. You know, in Mario Kart, like maybe there's more advanced techniques. I'm not like a professional Mario Kart player, but in general, you hold A around the 2 mark on the countdown to get your initial boost. This one, it's like after 1, so you have like half a second to get your. Oh my gosh, they're trucking me. Get your initial boost off the ground. You know, just ways to further distinct. Here's the shortcut, by the way, is to go through these caves here. It does have a white boost, but it can be missed because it's on a really tiny bridge. So it can be a little bit difficult to acquire. Glad that shield didn't hit me. But yeah, even running over these cones really like completely saps your speed. And yeah, we have like a lot of these like 180-degree tight turns kind of on this map, which makes this one particularly difficult to run. And it's a 3-lap. Oh, I cannot see. Hopefully. Oh, wow. I was like, hopefully I'm not crashing into a fence, but of course I am. 3 power-ups in a row. Absolutely.
I totally see what you mean too about getting like magnetized to walls and such.
Yep. It's I don't know why it's like that, if it was purposeful or not, but oh my gosh, this map is dumbstering me. But yeah, it's not an easy map, that is for sure. All right, so we're going to head down here. All right, we got a ton of boost. See if we can change that into something here. But yeah, loves to stick me to the wall. Ran over a mine, of course. Camera, okay. It's really wanting me to race backwards for a second there, with my camera facing the rear. Okay, guy. All right, I don't know what you're doing. Still somehow in second. This has been terrible. Bye, King. All right, last lap. So time will come at the end of this map here. At the end of this lap, I should say. Gotta take it a little easy. Taking it a little easy. There we go. There we go. Party into here. But even then, it wanted me to get magnetized to that cave wall, too. All right, that was a pretty good drift off the jump there. So that saved me from crashing into the wall. But yeah, these turns are so hair point, you almost have to stop in this bike to be able to make them without crashing into the wall. This was a pretty good lap, though. And time.
GG.
Right. That was the Have It Your Way showcase, successfully accomplished within the hour. Yeah, because sometimes with RNG goes awry or things go a little crazy, I could not complete this challenge in an hour. But successfully completed, at least on my end, in just shy of 57 minutes. So we got there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed these Burger King games. I'm sure it was definitely a palate cleanser after Celeste, definitely comparable in quality. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed these games. They're silly, they're fun, and they make me smile. So that's all I like to do. If you're somebody like me who enjoys games that are like kind of weird, awfully, and silly, you can follow my channel, twitch.tv/conception. Sometimes I play games that are actually good, but a lot of times I'm playing games that are not great. Purposely so. So come and check me out there. And yeah, no other plugs aside from continue, if you're able, to support these incredible people. Limey, Helix, Amber, Hypnotics, and who am I missing? Who's the last one? Nicole, good night. Please continue to support them if you have money to do so, or just sharing the stream, or whatever it is that you can do to help them. We're all here to support these people who have done so much to support others. So continue to support them if you can.
We have a demand in chat to show Leia. I don't know how possible this is.
Oh yeah, she is right here. I could show.
Okay, good. It's y'all better donate. By the way, you're getting impromptu dog content.
Impromptu dog content. This is Leia. She's just a puppy. She's about 5 months old. She has a cone on right now because she just got spayed a little last week. So, you know, she's got to have the cone on so that she doesn't scratch at her sutures and stuff like that. But yeah, she's just a little baby. She's a little hellion at the moment. You know, puppy stuff, but she's
adorable
still very cute. Very cute and very loving.
All right, thank you so much, Conception. That was
of course.
We have had it our way.
Yes, I hope everyone can sufficiently say they've had it their way and continue to support and engage in this marathon. Thank you, everybody.
Well, now that we have had it our way, we can work toward getting that Bomb Rush Cyberpunk final boss incentive. We are at 10 of a required $200 for that incentive. And do keep in mind, we have the Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, Kyogre, Latios, and Mudkip name bid wars all open as well. Just an update on those. The only one that has anything toward it right now is the Mudkip name. Muddy Buddy has $50 there, but the Kyogre and Latios name could be yours. You could potentially get your choice of name for those Pokemon for a donation as low as $1. Potentially. It would put you in the lead for now. In the meantime, please continue to get those donations in. We would also like to thank Midwest Speedfest for allowing us to use their donation tracker for this event. Midwest Speedfest is hosting because I'm one of the organizers of that event, we are hosting our next in-person marathon next weekend, starting on Friday actually, so this week at this point. And you can tune into twitch.tv/Midwest Speedfest starting at 11 a.m. Central Time on Friday. That is noon Eastern. That is 9 a.m. Pacific. On Friday, April 19th, for 3 days of the Midwest's best speedruns live from VGMCon Sunshine Resort in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Please check it out. I do a lot of work on that event. It would mean a lot to me. But this event, in general, also means a lot to me. I'm one of the people that this event is supporting. You know, we, all 5 of us, myself, Limey, Amber, Cyprin, Nicole Goodnight, and Hypnotics, we all super appreciate it. You know, a huge thank you to everyone who has volunteered their time, whether you're doing runs, whether you're volunteering, whether it's a combination. Heck, even if you're just watching and supporting, we super appreciate it. Also, this stream's overlay package is provided by Tempest Stream. They work with you to create the perfect storm of quality and innovation. If you have any sports event that needs production, you can find information at tempeststream.co and reach out from there. And by the way, if you're trying to donate and are, you know, Maybe you don't know how to assign your donation to an incentive. You got to click the amount first, and then at the bottom of the page, there should be an Add Incentives button. So click that, add the incentive that you want, put whatever amount you want toward it, out of the amount that you are donating. And then remember to click the Add button after that, and then you can finish the donation process, and your donation will be applied to your incentive of choice. This upcoming Bomber Cyberpunk run is going to be really silly. For those of you who were here for the Monkey Ball run last night, I'm expecting that energy, but maybe worse. So, you know, take that as you will. It will be very chaotic, I imagine. But also very cool. Movement Plus is a really, really cool mod. Limey will not only be, playing the game, but also getting every collectible as well, which will involve going to a lot of places that you normally would not see in the 90% run. Lots of extra stuff happening. It'll be a good time for sure. And the movement from the Movement Plus mod is just really cool. There's a lot of nuance to it. It also gets really hard to control at times because you can just build up so much speed. My point is, you are not going to want to miss this next run. And make sure to get those donations in toward the incentive as well so you can get even more of it.